Yo, what it do, people? Welcome to the hottest mixtape about video games on the planet. Podcast Gameoverse. It's your boy Wasabi. This is episode 041. My main man, Rick.
Hey, what's up? I didn't know it was a mixtape. You gonna start spitting some bars right now?
Yeah, here's not right now, but at the end I'm gonna show you what I got.
All right. I'm holding you to that, man.
Video games, man.
Yes, video games. We both love them. We've been playing video games. What have you been playing, man?
Nothing.
Nothing. That's not
Well,
true. You're playing Avengers still.
Yeah, okay, well here's the thing, man. We were here Saturday, so
Yeah.
I didn't get much play time, and I did play a little bit of the Avengers, but here's the thing. I don't think I want to play any more of that game.
It is so funny that you say that because I have this group chat with my brothers, and my youngest brother just commented in the chat that his girlfriend bought him the Avengers game. And so we were both like, "Oh, how is it?" And he's like, "It's really good, man. I really like it."
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said, "So far it's sick. It's not what I expected," is what he said. And I was like, I was expecting complete trash. So if it's not that, I guess it's not bad.
It's not terrible. The thing is, I like the story is, you can tell the story is good.
Yeah.
Like the last thing I did was Tony Stark and Kamala had a really good moment together, and I was like, "Oh, that's real sweet." And then I had to play the game again, and I'm like, "Oh, I don't want to do this." I think the last time I played it was like Saturday night, I think, and I ended up rage quitting because they make you. I don't know why, but they give you a solo mission as Tony Stark versus everything, and you don't really have all your abilities yet, so he just goes in alone to do some mission, and I just was getting my ass eaten out, man. I just could not take it. I think I like it makes you stand in this tiny circle, and you know how like Destiny kind of does, where it's like, "Hey, Ghost, go do this thing," but it makes you stand in the circle to like upload the data link or whatever. Like it makes you do that solo with Tony Stark, and he doesn't have all his abilities at this point. So it's like you're just fist fighting dudes, and there's like tanks coming at you and all this. By the way, it's like impossible to tell in this game what is like coming at you. Like if you're playing like Bayonetta or something, you know how like flashes on the edge of the screen, like, "Hey, there's an attack coming, use your dodge." This game doesn't do that. I mean, it kind of does. Like it'll throw a exclamation point on the edge of the screen, like, "Hey, there's some sort of attack happening over here that you're not looking at," but it's not enough information to be like, "Oh, I can dodge this, I can dodge that," because there's just way too much shit. Everyone has a projectile, everyone's shooting rockets, everything explodes, everything knocks you out of your, like, everything dazes you and knocks you out, like, "Oh shit, I fumble." Like, it's so frustrating. And then but then at the same time, you're at like everything has this AoE attack that just knocks you the fuck out. And then at the same time, you're asked to stand in this tiny circle, stand in there, or you're gonna fail the mission. And that I failed that shit and rage quit. So that was the last time I played that game. I kind of don't want to go back. So
That's so funny. Oh, that is so funny. I don't have a way to beat that, but since the last podcast, I've been playing. I played Control again. I actually sat down and played with my controller, and I have to admit, even though I'm less accurate, the game does feel a lot better to control with a controller.
Say Control again.
No. Control. There you go. You got it. You got your rocks off now, huh?
Yeah.
Did that bring you over the edge? Did you get there? I also played the demo for Ultrakill, which we talked about a little bit last week.
Oh yeah, how's that?
It's pretty good, dude. It's hard as shit, but it's really fun. Like it's that good kind of hard where it's like, oh, I'm gonna fucking try again. So like Super Meat Boy, like the game gets you right back into it after you die, so you can keep trying. My only complaint is that it has a scoring system at the very end. So if you die, it negatively impacts your score. So by the end of it, it's like, oh, you finished with a good time, you killed all the enemies, but you died like twice, so you get a D.
Isn't that what Bayonetta does?
It
It wraps
does.
up all your stuff, and
It does, but I still don't like it. I
you
don't
got
like when
pure
the game reminds
platinum.
me how shitty I am. Yeah, that's the end of the game, man.
You must get that a lot.
Well, it depends because like I'm a very like, how can I word it? I like to do well in games. I'm at the point like with Bayonetta, like if I took me forever to beat it because if I didn't get like at least a gold, I would redo the level.
Yeah,
And I
I'm
did that
not.
like that first playthrough.
I just like to get through it.
Not me. I gotta get through it. I got through the first Bayonetta. Like if I died on a level, I would refuse to start from there. I would start from the beginning because I didn't want it to count against me.
Yeah,
Like that's
I
how
mean,
much that shit bugs me.
at least not on my like first run. On my first run, I'm just playing to get through. But if I
Nope.
like it after that, I'm going for perfects.
Nope. On my first run, I went through that.
Like
Uh,
playing
on
in the first
Bayonetta,
time, you're not gonna know the tricks the first time through.
that is true, but that still doesn't help me. Like if I die, I'm still like, oh fuck this, and I'll start over.
Are
I'll
you
start
kind
the
of
whole level again.
person that like if you're playing a racing game and you crash once on lap one, you restart the entire thing? It's like, oh, there's no coming back from this. It's lap one.
Absolutely.
Gone too far.
I don't play racing games, but yeah, that's definitely me. I want a good fun time. Well, it's because like in my mind, I know I could do it. Like I didn't do it when I bought Bayonetta on the Switch. I was like, I already did this on the Wii U. I don't have to prove anything, so I didn't care about my score when I played through it again on the Switch. But if I boot up my Wii U, dust it off, I could show you like I've beaten every level without dying because I refuse to continue after I die. I'm starting over.
Yeah.
And it's because the game tells you like, hey, you died. Do you want to restart? It's gonna fuck with your score if you start from here, or you can start from the beginning. And I'm like, well, I don't want to fuck with my score, so.
Or are we in the 1980s where we care about score? Like fucking playing Space Invaders?
If a game has a scoring system, I'm going to take it seriously. It sucks. It's a weakness of mine.
Does it at least so for Ultrakill? Does it like is there a leaderboard? Does it like track all that stuff? Well, you played the demo, so it's probably not in there. But like, does it tell you how everyone's doing?
It doesn't have a leaderboard, but it does track like anything lower than like a B. Like it pisses me off. But with this game, I was like, it's just a demo. I'm just going to play through it. So I have something to talk about on the podcast. I can't keep restarting the first level till I get an A. But it's fun, dude. Like it's got a bunch of fun mechanics. The shooting is 100% on you. So if you miss a shot, that's on you. It has this melee attack that at first felt kind of useless because the shooting your gun's better and your pistol has infinite ammo. Until the game tells you, oh, you can parry attacks with your melee attack. Someone shoots like a fireball at you, you can punch it back at them. If someone does a melee attack on you and you hit them with that, you parry the melee attack and you get a free hit. And I was like, oh shit, that is dope.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm seeing that in this GG Man video.
So good, dude. Yeah, G Man Lives has. That's why I first heard about this game from him. And when we saw the game, I think it had just entered early access and they had a demo up. So I tried it. It's so much fun. It's hard as shit, but it is really, really fun. There's this boss with this weird like pyramid head looking robot with this giant sword, and he was kicking my ass, dude, because I couldn't figure out how to beat him. He would just like fucking bully me into a corner and cut me up with his sword. And I would try to like jump around, get away from him, but he would always catch up to me with that sword. And I was like, what the fuck do I do? And he got really close to me, so I went to punch him. And that's when I learned, I could parry melee attacks too. And the fight just got so much easier after that. Like it went from me getting my ass kicked to me dominating him. And you get a lot of like moments like that. You're gonna start out getting your ass kicked, and then you start dominating once you figure out how it works. It's so much fun. And you heal yourself by killing people. So if you kill enemies, they spill blood. If you're there in the blood splatter, it heals you. So it forces you to play really aggressively and get up close with some weapons. Stay far away if your health is full. It's a really fun balance. Like,
yeah,
a lot of people have called it Doom Eternal on a budget. I would say it's more like an FPS, like Devil May Cry mixed with Bulletstorm.
And it looks like that. Like I like when they've gotten away from the mechanic of I'm gonna hide behind this low wall and regen my health, or even like the older like Quake style shooters where it's like, oh, find the health pickups and shit like that. Like come up with new mechanics of staying in the action, not having to disengage.
Yeah, me too. And that's what I like about this game. Like, it keeps you going, and it's so much fun. Like, I can't explain how much fun it is. Like, we should do a first look on the demo. Like, I want to do a first look on the demo because it's fun.
Yeah.
But I'll have you play it because I don't want to embarrass myself. That's the boss I was talking about. That fucking robot thing.
Swords machine.
Yeah. I think it's the second fight with him where he starts throwing his sword at you. But in the first fight, he just, like, fucking corners you and just starts cutting you up. Like, it's so much fun. Like, I'm probably gonna pick the game up now. Like, that's how much fun I had with it.
It almost reminds me of like Serious Sam, because the way you play a Serious Sam game is different from most FPS games, because in that game you're doing a lot of backwards running and side strafing and hopping because everything just rushes you in that game.
It's like, very similar to that, but with Serious Sam you have like huge arenas to do it in.
Yeah.
With this, it's a lot smaller. There's more environmental effects. Like, there are some rooms that have like glass floors that lead down to like a meat grinder, and if you can shoot the glass floor into people, they fall into the meat grinder, and you get bonus points for doing it. Like, it's a lot of fun. There's this like jumping attack you can do where you can like crash into the floor. If you're like right over someone, you'll damage them. But if you're next to them, you'll knock them up in the air, and you can get a free hit on them while they're coming down. Like, it's a lot of fun. The game keeps you constantly moving, constantly acting. You're constantly acting, reacting. It's a blast, dude. Like, if you like Doom Eternal, you like that kind of energy, this game definitely has it. But the scoring system like makes you want to get better. It's really good.
Very cool.
Like,
yeah, I'm
recommended.
I'll check it out once it leaves early access. Well,
we'll play the demo.
Yeah, I'll check out the demo. But
right on. But yeah, that's what I've been playing, and I like it a lot. Like, I would like to do a first look at this. We should do that after the show.
Sure.
Yeah, that's all I've been playing, man. Actually, that's not true. I started up Final Fantasy VII, the original.
Why?
Switch. I bought it forever ago, and I was like, "Oh, I'll play it," and it's good. It's Final Fantasy VII, I could say. There's nothing I can say about that no one else has already beat me to. So
that's it. Yeah. I got a new Chinese retro handheld.
Oh, here we go. Which one's this one?
It's the Retroid Pocket 2. It's dope as fuck because it runs.
I know that's a big issue. That's a big gripe with you. It doesn't have two sticks.
It has two sticks, but here's the thing: the right stick is not a real stick. Okay, first of all, they don't click in, so there's no R3, L3, and the right stick. Purple Nuggets here. What's up, Purple Nugget?
Hey, Purple Nuggets.
The right stick is not a real stick. It's more like a slider, like they had on the 3DS.
Oh yeah, but the left
But
stick is a stick though.
the left stick is a stick, but it doesn't click in, so you don't get that like or L3.
That must feel weird. So the left stick is an actual stick, but the right stick is a slider.
Yeah. But here's the thing. You don't like the games that this thing is capable of playing. You don't really need a right stick anyway.
Oh yeah.
So it's fine, and it's like kind of low profile, so it doesn't get, you're like your palm doesn't hit it when you're playing on it, 'cause it's a small device. So,
Yeah.
but I've been playing on this thing a lot, and it's fantastic. I mean, it runs Android, just full fat Android, so you can load up any of your Android games. You can just load them up. I installed RetroArch on it, and I've been playing a bunch of stuff on there. Actually, mostly just been playing Game Boy Advance. I'm playing Zelda Minish Cap.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like
Good game. Good game. I remember last time I played it, I got to the very end and then didn't finish it for some reason.
Dude,
So
same thing. Like I was part of that when the 3DS first came out. I was part of that group that bought it day one. So when Nintendo dropped the price on it, they were like, "Oh, let's give out a bunch of free Game Boy Advance and NES games to all of you who bought it." And Minish Cap was in that game, and I played it like religiously. But then I got to the end, and I was like, "Now's a good time to stop."
yeah.
I never finished it, which is a huge bummer because I did like it a lot.
And like I'm the kind of guy that plays a game, and if I get stuck, I would rather just quit a game instead of just looking up a FAQ for whatever reason. I don't know why I do that, but
Healthy. It's not.
it's
good
not.
At all.
It's not. So I got to a point in Minish Cap where I was like in a dungeon, and I was like, "What the fuck are you supposed to do here?" Like I went everywhere, and I cannot figure out what you're supposed to do. And I hate when games do this, man. There was a bombable wall that had no markings on it, no nothing.
Yeah.
It was just a bombable wall that you're supposed to just put a bomb on and know that there was some shit behind there that was required for you to progress through the dungeon. So I did end up looking it up in the FAQ because it was just like, I know I'm not missing anything here. This is something the game's fucking up. So yeah, I looked it up, and then like sometimes it's not. I also hate when games aren't. They don't. What am I trying? Yeah, I'm blaming the game. It was the game's fault, dude. I know, dude. I'm the biggest Zelda fan on the planet. All right, but like they always commit the cardinal sin for me, which is fucking. You put a puzzle in the game that's impossible to solve without looking it up, or at least it doesn't convey the information I need to be able to solve the puzzle, which is, hey, put a bomb here, dumbass. Or, they could have had something there that said, oh, this is what you're supposed to do. But like the bombs, it wasn't even a dungeon where you're like, oh, I found the bombs, I should be bombing everything right now. No, it wasn't. But anyway, what was I saying before that?
You're talking about a new Chinese pocket, like you went on like a Zelda.
Yeah, so this thing's great. I got the yellow one. They've got like a bunch of colors now. They only had 3 colors that came out, but it's only $80 too, which a lot of these, especially ones that can actually run games, like it can do N64, it can do a little bit of Dreamcast. Like a lot of these are way more expensive, like twice the price. But this one's only $80, and it's really good. So that's all I gotta say.
Check it out. I want something that can like run older games.
Yeah,
I was like, I love my Switch, but fuck, that's not exactly a portable machine.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like I hacked the fuck out of my Switch and put RetroArch on it. And I got banned from the Nintendo network. So for me, it just turned into like a RetroArch console, like a portable RetroArch console. But I'm like, this is too big, man.
Way
Like
too big.
I can't take this places. Or
Yeah.
like I can, but I'm gonna have to put like a backpack or put in a bag or something. But no, something like this, I can just throw in my pocket and it runs full fat Android. I can just load it up with games and go.
Okay, I'll check it
Um,
out then. I've been looking for like a portable gaming machine that I could put a bunch of old school games on,
yeah,
and this looks like it'll do it. It's not too expensive for the games I want
yeah,
to play. I mainly just want to play Game Boy Advance games, to be honest.
yeah. It'll do it all. Shouts out to Wondering Raven for the follow. But yeah, so that's all I've been playing. Just some old shit. 'Cause-
Good shit. Good shit. We had a bunch of news to talk about. Well, not a lot of news, but it's worth talking about. I like to say, like it's
it got a little leaky last night.
yeah,
Some leak spraying, and it was the end of the world for it seemed like.
yeah. One of the biggest thing is the Microsoft just premiered the Xbox Series S, which is probably one of the weirder designs I've seen for a console. Shit looks like a fucking speaker.
I like it. I
I,
mean,
I
the
don't know if I like it or not, but I do like how thin it is. It is a really small console. It's meant to be their diskless all digital machine.
yeah. Clay says it looks better than PS5. I would agree with that.
I'd argue that too. The
Damn
PS5 is
sure a lot smaller than the PS5. So
I mean, it better be because it's fucking. Remember when the Xbox One released their diskless model, and it was the same size as the regular one. It just didn't have a disc tray. Like that was bullshit. I'm glad that they're embracing this diskless design, and it's smaller, thinner, and sleeker because of it. On top of that, it has the performance to back it up: a 1440 resolution, 120 FPS with 4K upscaling. And it has a custom 512 gigabyte SSD, which is great because that cuts down on load time substantially. I think by default, any system coming out should run SSD.
well, that's the big thing with these consoles is that SSD, that
Yeah,
SSD,
that SSD.
that ass SD.
um, the price it's set to drop on November 10th. It's a $299 price tag. With their with the Xbox all financing $25 a month. Which I mean, if you're gonna buy it, just save the money and buy it. Don't do this financing thing. You know, it's
You
$25 a month. By the end of it, it's gonna be way more than what the system's worth.
well, here's the thing that the financing plan there, which I put in the footnotes here, is that
Yeah.
financing plan is 0% interest.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. Wait. So you worked at Best Buy? Did you? They've had this plan since Xbox One X, I think, came out. It's called the Xbox All Access. Did did you ever sell anyone this plan?
No, we never offered any other financing except for our in-house financing. Which for a console like that, you would have got a year no interest anyway.
Weird,
Yeah.
because they do list Best Buy down here as the as one of their partners, but
They probably started doing it after I left. I haven't worked at Best Buy in like 2 years.
uh, but I see. I think that this is a incredibly good deal to take, especially
I
since
think so too.
it comes with a full year. I mean, look, it's a digital console anyway, so it comes with a full year of Game Pass. So, and that right there is like you buy the console, you got all the games you could ever want, just right there.
That's true. It's not bad. I mean, we've touted Game Pass before. It's a fucking fantastic service. It is a phenomenal service, Game Pass. I cannot express how much I love it, and I'm glad. Excuse me. There's a discless console that can take advantage of it. And if you could finance, I mean, $25 a month, that's about $300 after a year. I don't know how long that plan's set to go for. But if it's like, if you can pay it off in like a year and you have 0 interest on it and you got a full year of Game Pass, that's not a bad deal, man. I'd fucking take that up.
Yeah.
If I didn't already have a PC that can play most of those games.
This is just a very smart move from, and this is exactly what I said they were going to do. Like they were going to undercut, they were going to come in there at an extremely low price that they're going to make up for. They're going to make up with their services. Like they're very service focused right now, and that's a way better plan than Sony just doing the same thing. Like, oh, we're building another console. It's another console. You know how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see if people are ready to embrace it. But I mean, if you aren't, like, if you're like, oh, I don't want a discless console, they still have their regular model you can pop discs in if like that's important to you. So it is a good move by Sony offering that option, and it comes at a lower price point too, for people who want to like test the waters on this total service focused console, which I'm cool with, man. Like, it looks awesome. It's a great service. We've already talked about how great Game Pass is. Good move, Microsoft. That's all I have to say. Good move.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I said this before, but I know people have their platform allegiances. You know, that's Sony's got great games, but like this is good shit right here. Like, this is very pro consumer, I think. Yeah. At least in terms of the price point and the services you're getting with it. It's, if you've been on that Sony train for a while and you're just looking at the next one just because you've always been Sony, you might want to think again. Me, I'm a PC guy, so I'm not going to buy this anyway. But if I didn't have a PC, I would be getting this.
Yeah, same. Because like, here's the thing with Microsoft that I like is that they kind of let you play your own way. Like, a lot of their exclusives are on PC now. Like, when the Xbox One first got announced, I was like, fuck, I need to buy an Xbox so I could play Rare Replay, Killer Instinct, Sunset Overdrive, and Halo. And now most of those are on PC. Except for Rare Replay. I mean, fucking get on that, Microsoft.
Yeah, they're missing their big opportunity with that.
I will give you money for Rare Replay on PC. I will give you a lot of money for Rare Replay on PC. I'll give you a reasonable amount of money. Let me backtrack there. I want to play Banjo-Kazooie, but not that bad.
He-Man in the house.
All jokes aside, though, they should put Rare Replay on PC. Like, why haven't they done it yet?
Yeah. But yeah, so that's a Series S. There's rumors, word on the street is, I didn't write this down anywhere, but word on the street is Sony's coming out with some announcement tomorrow. So we'll see if that happens.
We'll have to wait and see then. Hopefully they could announce something that might shake the boat a little bit. Knowing Sony, probably not. They like to play it safe.
Yeah, I'm doubting it. I mean, they're definitely not going to be able to match that price. So
yeah. I mean, we'll see. Fingers crossed. Yeah. I like competition, man. I do. I like competition.
That price, okay, they can't match that price, but what they could do is try to come out ahead and launch before. Because if they're out first and no one has any other option, I mean, it's still tough just knowing that the Xbox is right around the corner and how cheap it is. It's like, I'll just wait for that. But if they can come out first, they could sway people, just get it. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
This happened last week, but we didn't talk about it. The Geforce Rtx 30 series.
Oh, yeah, dude. Fucking... Oh, God. I'm excited. I'm excited for the RTX 30, mainly because now the 20 is going to drop in price. I can finally afford one. Yeah. If you bought a 2080 Ti, if you got one of those bad boys, you better act fast and try to sell that thing before people know
about this shit because them shits are gonna be devalued.
Yep. Because here's the thing: their starting model, which is the 3070, is already faster than the 2080 Ti, and it's starting at $499, which the 2080 Ti started at like $1,200. So
Yeah.
if you spent money on a 2080 Ti, I'm sorry. that
Yeah.
sucks, dude. That sucks to be you. But fuck, dude, the performance on some of these are crazy. Their 3080 is twice as fast as the 2080 at the same price. And their 3090, what is that? BF GPU is
Yeah, that's their like
$14.99.
tag name for it, BFG. Big fucking GPU. Which it is
Because
big fucking it's
it's huge.
yeah, like I will not be able to fit. I can't even fit. I'm not even sure I can fit a 3070 in my case. I'm a small form factor boy, so
So here's what's funny. Like when I built my computer, the case I got initially was too small. Like there wasn't enough airflow, so my system kept shutting down from overheating. So I overcompensated by buying a bigger case than I needed. So I have a huge fucking case that needs like 2 arms to carry, and I still don't think I could fit that fucking GPU in it. Like I saw the dimensions, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a tight fit if it can. Like it's insane, dude, like how big that thing is. But the performance, oh my god.
yeah,
Oh my god.
they demonstrated that 3090 running in 8K with I think it was like Control and Doom. I think.
Yeah. Shit. That was insane, dude.
Which I don't even
Like
know how many 8K monitors are out there,
not a
if
lot.
any. I've
Not
seen
a
them,
lot.
but
At least like you can just that are easy to get a hold of, not too many. I
I
think like Best
suppose
Buy has some. You can just walk into a store and buy one. Actually, let's look it up.
you could just like do like 4K monitors and just just panel them out, but that's very much I would have loved to see a benchmark on Microsoft Flight Simulator because that's very much the new Can It Run Crisis
Yes.
game.
Yeah, they should have done a demonstration on Microsoft Flight Simulator if they wanted to show us what that 3090 can do.
Yeah. But they announced some new stuff as well
Oh yeah.
for all cards. They announced, oh, by the way, so the 3090 is coming out. The 3080 is coming out first on September 17. That's like a week and a half from now. Then the 3090 is coming out September 24, and then the 3070 is coming out sometime in October. So pretty soon here, not long of a wait. Those are
I'm
probably gonna
like,
sell out very fast.
yeah, I'm like debating because like I'm running a 1060 right now, so I'm like, should I just get a 20 series? But the starting price on the 3070 is like $499. So
Yeah,
I mean, like how much is the 20 series really gonna drop that's gonna make it worth like being behind? You know what I mean?
I mean any price reduction is good in my book. Like if you can save some money, save some money. Like you can get a 2060 right now for 300. So if that drops at all, that would be. I can see people
Yeah.
jumping on that as like their like first like my first PC
Which like a
type card.
2060 is not a bad one to jump into. Like that's what I've been looking at.
2060 is
And
great. That's a 1440p card. Like that'll do you real good.
yeah. Like that's what I'm looking at because as I said in the last podcast, when they released the the recommended specs for Cyberpunk, my computer cannot run it. I need to upgrade my graphics card. So this will be good. If we do see a price decrease in the 20 series, I'll definitely be hopping on that so I can finally play Cyberpunk when it drops. Which luckily that's not dropping until November, right? Cyberpunk.
I think it's November. Yeah,
Cool. So these cards will be out, so I could get myself a value 2060 by then.
Grumble says doubt a 3060 would be that much later than the 3 they announced. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. Like, if anything, I would wait personally. I would wait for a 3060, and that would be the one I would get, because for one thing, it'd be a lot smaller. It might be a lot less power consuming. Because yeah, like I said, I run an ITX case, so there's not a lot of room to breathe in my case. So
You
that
think
would be
they're
the
going to
one.
announce the 3060 before, like, when are these set to drop in September? September 17th, September 24th?
Probably not before they drop, but I'm thinking like next month, like maybe October. They'll say it's coming out in November, like
I'll
something like
keep
that.
an
Yeah.
eye open then. I'll probably wait because the big concern is I want to play Cyberpunk. So
Yeah.
it takes longer than Cyberpunk's release. I'm just gonna bite the bullet and buy it 2060.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. But I'm excited, dude. Like they announced a couple cool things too. Ray tracing and DLS coming to Fortnite. So if you're not playing Fortnite on phone, that's a good thing for you. Like, how many people are really like buying this like high-end gaming computers that can play Fortnite? I'm curious.
Nobody. Most people are buying. Most people are running that game on phones, first of all,
Yeah,
and consoles like second, and then PC. They're running them on like integrated graphics.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, that's good for you but chances are, if you have the money to drop on a rig like that can support ray tracing and DLSS, you're probably not playing Fortnite.
Yeah. And
And if
also,
you are, good for you.
if you're
If you are,
buying
good for you.
if you're buying your 2080 Ti and you're like, check it out, guys, look at Fortnite ray tracing. It's like, man, you should make better decisions. But
Exactly. Yeah, Reflex is a new technology they announced that can reduce display latency up to 50%. So that's fucking dope. I just wonder if monitor that's that or work with like any default.
they said that's I'm actually not sure.
Yeah,
Not sure about that.
something similar is like but to make that you need a G-Sync monitor. So I wonder if you need like an Nvidia Reflex monitor to even take advantage of that tech. If not, cool.
They said the only thing you need is an RTX card.
All right.
So it's
All right.
it's an RTX technology, not a display technology.
Okay, if that's the case, then cool. If all we need is the card, that's a new feature.
Yeah.
That might be worth looking into. Is that exclusive to RTX cards, or is that exclusive to the 30 line of cards?
That'll be all RTX cards, so 20 series as
There we
well. Yeah.
go.
Yeah, everything, all this new tech they announced is all RTX cards, not just 30.
Good shit. They also announced the Nvidia Broadcast. It's a live streaming tool suite, so you wouldn't need green screens and tools to do a lot of that cool live streaming shit you see bigger streamers than us do. I'm not quite
Yeah.
sure that's going to work. How do you completely eliminate green screens?
Um
What kind of tech is to that?
that actually already exists. I
Oh,
know.
really?
Yeah, Logitech has a camera that can like it uses like depth. Uses like depth and AI to say, okay, here's what's in focus. So we're gonna blur out everything, or we're gonna remove everything that's not in focus.
Okay.
Like that already does that. They're enhancing it a bit by using like AI shit, like the from your graphics card. So, but they already have what they already have right now that's been running in beta that I've tried out, which works pretty well. Is the voice, the RTX voice stuff. It eliminates background noise.
Oh yeah, you're telling me about that. And I saw a demonstration on that too. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
it's really cool.
it eliminates like a fan in the background and keyboard clicks. It's crazy.
Yeah, It's really cool, but you could tell it was very beta. So
Yeah,
I would love to see the finished product.
yeah, me too. Even the beta, like, it didn't work perfectly, but it worked well enough that, like, I wanted to see where it goes.
Yeah.
It was an amazing proof of concept. Um, Next, they announced the Nvidia Omniverse Machinima. It's an engine that can be used to create cinematics, animations, and machinima. Which are machinimas like still a thing? Like, are people still doing those?
Yes, but for like porn.
You're not wrong. Um, Not that I would know. I'm a good Catholic boy.
Oh, of course, of course.
But I've heard from heathens
Yeah.
that source filmmakers being used to make pornography.
Well, pray for those guys because they're going to have whole new levels of reality here with this Nvidia tech because this stuff looks great. Like I don't know if it. I don't. They say it can just load in assets from like devs can put it in their games and they can just load in assets and just load them into this suite and just make animations and machine them out of them. So really cool stuff if it
Yeah, it seems like a more like in-depth version of like what Source Filmmaker and Gary's Mob are doing,
yeah.
which I'm cool with, man. Anything that lets people like stretch their creative muscles, I'm down with. What I want to do is I wonder how that's going to affect like indie game development if they have this technology to make these cutscenes, but we'll see. Jesus. Next, we have Nvidia Rtx Io, which you described as basically what the next gen consoles will be doing. The GPU will be able to transfer, compress, and decompress assets directly from storage to GPU memory at over 14 gigabytes per second, which would definitely cut down on loading times, rendering times, stuff like texture popping will be completely eliminated with that.
Yeah.
Um,
Just
yeah, I'm
load
down.
times in general. Like that's the oh shit. That's the biggest thing about the the storage limitations and the well the bottleneck was the CPU was that they relied on the CPU and whatever storage you had to compress and decompress all the assets that it needed before it could send it to your your
Yeah,
graphics memory. But now, well, what the consoles are going to be doing is, they've built all their own solutions, custom built. That's why when you see when you see Mark Cerny talking about the what do they call it, the Medusa engine, or
something
like
like that. Yeah.
something like that. Um, like you hear
Okay,
him
man.
talking
I
about
know.
that. Yeah, that's basically what that is. It's and yeah, so this is
Which
basically catching up with that.
which I'm cool with because now that it's going to be on PC, excuse me, that's not just going to be for gaming. If you do things like video editing, photo editing, that'll also help a lot with render time too.
Yeah.
So not just for gaming, which is fantastic. We'll have to wait and see what they do, man. Um, I'm excited. I'm excited to see that come out. And again, this is for all RTX cards, so you don't have to buy into the 30 series. You can buy it on a 20 and still get these awesome benefits.
Actually,
Um,
that I think that might
that
just be
should be 30.
that might only be 30 series because the 30 series is built on PCIe Gen 4,
Ah, okay. I didn't think about that.
which is faster. And I'm not totally sure. Maybe they could back because I know. So you see, I got a little screen up here that says supports Microsoft Direct Storage for Windows. So Microsoft is actually they teamed up with Intel, I think, to develop their own solution for people who aren't upgrading to the latest shit. Microsoft has their own solution for Windows that'll I think it uses your RAM, your system RAM,
Mm,
to like offload stuff there and then transfer your memory. So
okay. We'll have to wait and see what comes out then. I'm excited to see it. In less exciting but still surprising news, Minecraft PS4 is getting a PSVR support, which I don't think anyone saw that coming.
Yeah, this came out of nowhere, I think. I don't know if they announced this beforehand or they slapped people across the face with this, but yeah, Minecraft, which is owned by Microsoft, they came out and announced on the PlayStation blog that they're adding PSVR support, which is really cool. When I had an HTC Vive, I will tell you that the most impressive thing I did in VR was Minecraft.
Really?
Yeah, by like a long shot. It was like this was like early though, so like the shit that I had to try back then wasn't what was available now. But it was like the only thing where you could just fully walk around, explore, swing your remote and mine shit, and it was the only thing that existed that just had a fully explorable world. It was just the coolest thing. You can crouch just by ducking. You can jump by jumping. It was really cool. That wasn't even official. That was a hack. Like, I don't think there's any official Minecraft VR thing.
Which
aside from,
because
I think,
as popular as Minecraft is, you'd think it'd be more popular.
Did that HoloLens thing ever come out?
I don't know. That's a good question. That just kind of got announced. I don't know what happened after that.
Yeah.
It was like that augmented reality things Microsoft was working on, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. While you're looking that up, it's crazy that it hasn't been done in official capacity before because Minecraft is almost perfect for VR. It's a really big game. It's immersive, but not just that. Graphically, the game's not too demanding, so it could run pretty well on most machines without a lot of power input. So it surprised me it hasn't been done sooner, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Clay in the chat says, which by the way, we do this live every Tuesday, twitch.tv/Gameoverse. And Clay Doggy in the chat says HoloLens wasn't ever released commercially, but it is being used. I know they did market it as like a training thing for like if you're plumbing, like if you're a new plumber, you could put this thing on and it would just like, augment reality the instructions for how to do shit. Or if you're like cooking in your kitchen and you put it on, it'd be like, oh, here's your cookbook augmented on your cutting board,
so that's
type shit.
Cool.
But yeah, I don't think they don't talk about it anymore. I don't know if they just gave up on it or because it's interesting. The biggest interesting thing I think is that here's a Microsoft owned studio putting out a thing that Microsoft doesn't have. Like they're giving their competition a reason to kind of succeed here where they're failing.
Yeah.
Where I think is interesting.
I mean, Microsoft plays the long game, man. We'll have to wait and see what they have planned out.
Yeah. Like if it were me, I would make sure that I had a solution on my platform before I gave it to other platforms. Like it's nice to share. Oh, Clay, yeah, $3,500 for a HoloLens. Very nice.
It works pretty much how you'd expect. It's added on as a free update, so you have to pay anything for it. As long as you have VR, you can use it. You use your DualShock 4 controller to move around, craft, and fight. Standard things you do, but you use the headset to actually look around and be immersed in the game. Which that's one thing that's always bugged me about like Sony VR, that you're still using a controller to play most of those games.
Yeah, I've always said that fucking piece of shit controller, the PlayStation Move controller, is that thing's biggest fucking crutch. That thing's second biggest crutch is the camera and just the way it handles the entire VR situation in general. Like that whole thing needs a complete rehaul. But
yeah,
starting with that controller, it's its biggest crutch because as soon as you do a movement where it can't see that light, everything breaks. Or as soon as you turn around, everything breaks.
Not just that, but correct me if I'm wrong, but the Move controllers don't have analog sticks, do they?
They do. They
They
do.
do now. Okay, because I don't think they did when they released.
No, I think they always did.
They did. Okay.
Yeah,
Which one?
yeah, yeah. They had sticks and triggers. I
Right.
can tell you that because I bought it when it came out. I played Killzone with it, and I played what else did I play? I played that Magic game they had, that Harry Potter game. It wasn't Harry Potter, but you can tell they wanted to be Harry Potter. But that game sucked. Sorcery, I think it was called, or something like that. But
Something like that. I remember you playing it on the stream.
yeah, so that's where this announcement kind of fails, is that you're not able to actually swing your sword and do VR shit. You're still holding a controller, which is a huge disconnect when you're trying to immerse yourself in the world. But you know, at the very least, it's there for people who want it. PSVR, you know, it's I'm impressed they're still going full
Yeah.
strength on PSVR.
Yeah. Well, they kind of have to with how much money they put into it. When I was still at Best Buy, we had like a PlayStation VR rep who would be at our store like 5 days a week, like showing
Wow,
off demonstrations. Yeah, dude. She would be at the store like 5 days a week. She had a little booth set up. She was doing demonstrations, showing games off, and there's a line of people there to like try it out. Like it was crazy. Like they put a lot of money into this.
did you guys sell a lot from that?
Oh yeah, oh
Hmm.
yeah. She is personally responsible because her and I were really cool because I'd go over and talk with her, and like no one else. So the culture at Best Buy is you don't talk to other representatives. We would have reps from like Intel, HP, Sony, Samsung, Microsoft. They would all come in and like they would provide assistance in the sense that they were there to like talk about their products, but they weren't Best Buy employees. They couldn't sell any of that shit. So they would call you to ring it up. And there's this kind of culture there, like, oh, don't talk to the help, basically.
Huh.
But
Interesting.
I ignored that. Well, the idea was that they're not employees of Best Buy, so don't associate with them, even though they're there to help you, which was stupid. I don't know what my managers were thinking.
Yeah.
But I,
Was that just something they were just telling you for that store, or was that like a corporate, like, no, it's just coming from
I
corporate?
have.
They don't.
I'm glad you got that. I'm glad you brought that up. So corporate never officially said like, oh, don't talk to the reps.
Yeah.
But it was just a culture at Best Buy itself, and it wasn't just my store. I had a buddy she works for Intel. She worked for Intel for a while, and that was part of her job, going to different stores, Best Buy and Target, to shell like Intel stuff and talk about Intel products. And she said every store she went to, like Best Buy associates would ignore her. They wouldn't talk with their management, would discourage like socializing with them. I don't know what the fucking mindset was, but
Crazy.
because of that, like I ignored it because I was like, dude, fuck that. She's here to sell our shit. So whenever she would sell a VR or someone wanted to buy one, she would call me over to come ring it out. So she personally like helped me. She personally helped me bonus that month.
Yeah.
I want to say, even though bonuses aren't like a singular thing, it's all or nothing. The whole store bonuses or we don't. But she personally helped me like exceed my numbers, and I got some pretty good pat on the backs and some rewards from management for that. So if you're listening, Andrea, thank you.
Yeah, dude, you should get her on the podcast.
She doesn't do like Sony VR stuff anymore. She's an actress. So that's what she's doing now. She's an actress and a comedian.
Oh,
Not super into gaming. I still talk with her sometimes. She's pretty cool.
well, Minecraft PSVR, that's coming later this month. So, and that'll be a free update as well. So,
Yep.
you don't got to buy anything, just update your game and jump into VR.
Which isn't bad. I mean, Minecraft itself is like what, like $20 right now. So
Yeah, I've been meaning to get back into Minecraft, just to not get back into it because I was never into it in the first place, but
yeah.
I don't know, it's just a chill game.
Yeah, it's a fun like game you can kind of turn your brain off with and relax with.
Yeah.
It's like Animal Crossing, but a little bit more engaging.
Yeah.
We got some new trailers. Cyberpunk and Doom Eternal both got RTX 30 series gameplay. with the Doom Eternal trailer running specifically on the RTX 3080. And they both look phenomenal. Like, that's all I can say. They look crazy good.
Yeah, this will. I've not, like, every time I see Cyberpunk gameplay, I'm like, it's the same game. Because I've been purposely avoiding watching shit about this game because I just want to experience it when it comes out, experience it for myself. Every time I see something for this, I'm like, boy, that you can do that in this game.
Yeah,
Like
insane. It's insane. This is like, I think this is going to be game of the decade, dude. Like, I'm excited. I am so excited for Cyberpunk.
Man.
Every time they announced it, I'm like, I'm down. I'm like, let's do this. But no, it both looks impressive. My monitor only goes up to like 1440, so I couldn't see, like, I couldn't enjoy the 4K 60 FPS gameplay the way God intended. But even then, like at 1440, it looks, well, YouTube only runs at like 1080, between like 1080 and 4K anyway, so whatever. It still looked like phenomenal. Like, it looked really good. I was really impressed with it. Okay, and this is coming from someone who played Doom Eternal start to finish. So I remember I remembered most of the scenes that they were showing off in the gameplay trailer, and I was like, it was like a totally different game, dude. It was crazy.
Yeah, it goes, like, resolution does go a long way, but yeah. I would easily trade resolution for frame rate. I mean, my monitor, I play on a Vizio TV, so not like, I'm not the guy to ask for, like, yeah, I gotta get that fucking. So if we, like, go back to the Nvidia, what was it called again? The Nvidia Reflex shit. Was that what it was?
Yeah.
That thing, they were showing 360 hertz. And I'm like, who has a monitor? Well, they were showing that because they had a monitor that they were releasing a new monitor that was 360 hertz.
And I'm like, point. It's the talking where people who want to future proof themselves. They're like, oh, I got this. Like, I don't know when I'm going to get a 360 hertz monitor, but I can. You know what I mean? Those people who have the money to buy in this early and future proof themselves for the.
I'm sure it looks great. Like, my phone is 90 hertz, I think, or it might be 120, but you can tell. Like, my phone has the best display I've ever had in my life, and you can tell it's great. But
it's crazy. It's crazy. My monitor is like 75 hertz, and it looks just a little bit over 60. I'm like, holy shit! Like, when I play games at 75, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
In other news, we got Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remaster. That was a long name. Got a new preview. It's all in Japanese, so I don't fucking speak Japanese. But all I can say is the game
looks, your game, though.
Yeah, the game looks gorgeous, dude. Like, I've never played Nocturne. I know the SMT fans in the background are like, blasphemy. You're not a real SMT fan. Maybe I'm not, but whatever. Fuck you. Nocturne looks really good. Like, graphically speaking, the game looks really nice. Like, the textures look like they've been updated quite a bit. The lighting effects look a lot better than they did on the PS2. I'm excited for it, dude. That's all I could say. I'm excited for Nocturne. I've never had a chance to play it. I'm glad I can. A fun fact, Nocturne got 3 versions when it first came out in Japan. There was a standard, the Maniacs edition, and like one other version, I can't remember what they called it, that tweaked some of the gameplay and fixed some of the glitches that were found in the Maniacs. The US only got the Maniacs version. So this HD remaster is based on the 3rd version Japan got that we never got here. So even if you've already played Nocturne in the States or in Europe, it's still a different version of what you played. So it's still worth looking into. And I'm excited. That's going to be like my first experience with Nocturne. I don't have a lot to say about it. I mean, everything we talked about, I've talked about in past podcasts. I love SMT. I can't wait for Nocturne. I can't wait for SMT 5. These games justified my purchase of a Switch. I mean, you could argue Breath of the Wild did that, but I really bought the Switch mainly for SMT. And we're getting it. Fantastic. That's all I have
Yeah.
to say. I'm not an hour on this topic.
Yeah, my Switch was a Breath of the Wild machine too.
Oh, now you can play SMT on it. So have fun. Go ham.
Is that coming to anything but Switch?
Right now, SMT5 is only scheduled to come out on Switch. But Nocturne HD is set to come out on Switch and PS4.
Oh, okay. So both
But
things that I'm not going to buy it on.
But here's the thing, though. Atlas has a Tokyo Game Show presentation scheduled. I want to say like towards the end of September. We talked about it last week, I think, on the podcast.
Yeah.
And Sega, who owns Atlas, has talked about having a bigger initiative towards PC games and PC gamers. So it's totally possible we could see those games get announced for PC at that presentation. Or at least some older games get announced for PC at that presentation that have never come to PC before.
PC, dude, that's the way to play, especially with a controller, as God intended.
Oh, you're gonna piss some people off. I love it.
No, I'm not. They know.
Also for Switch, this literally just got announced today. Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity.
Yeah.
Which is a prequel to Breath of the Wild. So if you play Breath of the Wild, there's this huge calamity that occurred that basically set all the events of Breath of the Wild into motion. It's the reason why there are monsters that are on the map. It's the reason why Ganon's in power, why Hyrule Castle's been corrupted. They talk about this huge battle that we lost. And now you're here, like, after sleeping for, 100 years?
Yeah.
To come back and finish the fight, essentially. Age of Calamity takes place during that war, that conflict. So you get to play through that. And it's a Musou, Warriors game, like Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah. So what I didn't understand, what I still don't understand is, are they building this? Is this like a DLC to Hyrule Warriors? Or is this like its own standalone thing?
It is a standalone.
Okay.
I looked it up. You can already, Best Buy is already taking pre-orders on it. So, Best Buy, GameStop, Amazon are all taking pre-orders on it. It is a $60 game. At first, I was concerned about it because, excuse me, I played Hyrule Warriors. I haven't played on the Switch. I've only played the new 3DS version, which sounds gross, but it played pretty well. I was surprised with the performance on it.
Yeah.
And it was a fun game, but it was a non-canon spin-off, so I'm wondering how this is going to work. And Nintendo has announced that some of their Breath of the Wild team have been there consulting with Koei Tecmo to get the game up to their standards.
I mean, you can tell, dude.
Yeah. Like this. If someone had told me, oh, this is like a prequel DLC to Breath of the Wild, I would have believed it.
Yeah, even the original Hyrule Warriors, that game is the best Dynasty Warriors game ever made.
I agree.
And it's a damn good Zelda game as well. Like, it's Zelda ass fuck. So
yeah,
you can tell people cared when they made it.
Yeah, and the fact that those same people are coming back for the Breath of the Wild prequel, and they're gonna have actual members from the Breath of the Wild team consulting. I'm down, dude. I'm excited. It looks fun. It looks fun as shit. The gameplay looks like it's incorporating a lot of those Breath of the Wild features that we're used to. Stuff like diluting time if you perfect dodge. The combat looks like Breath of the Wild with that Warriors kick, taking people.
Yeah, I was surprised how much of the combat they retained from Breath of the Wild. Even the bow, the midair bow time freeze thing that it does, and the flurry strike or whatever the hell it's called when you dodge. It's pretty damn awesome, dude.
It looks great.
I want it. I want it willingly.
Dude, same. Looks like you gotta you gotta get your Switch working again, or you gotta buy a new Switch.
If it's just the battery, dude. I have to charge the battery. I'm thinking if I open it up, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna buy a new one at some point. I'm gonna wait for the inevitable Pro announcement, and then that's when I'll get one.
There you go. I'm excited for it. Excuse me. That's all I can say, dude. I'm excited. Like, it looks dope. I can't wait. Way to go, Nintendo. This is a good idea.
Yeah, I wonder if they planned this game ahead of time, or if they were just like, hey, we could just we have this whole thing that happened 100 years ago that we like talked about in the game but never showed. What if we showed it, dude? What if we let you play that shit?
That's gotta have been what happened, dude. There's no way that they just pulled this out of their ass at the last minute. They must have been planning this.
Yeah.
Which I'm cool with, because like that's a really like important part of the game that I would like to see. And from the trailer, it's fully voice acted like the game was. So
yeah.
It's gonna be dope as shit.
By the way, the voices, never fan of the voices.
I didn't hate them. I thought they were okay. They got the job done. I wasn't one of those purists that was like, "Oh, voice acting in a Zelda game." I was never one of those guys. I'm
not a purist. I'm not a purist. Like, if you're gonna do voice acting, though, it's got to be top flight. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like they hit the mark.
I think some of them are pretty good.
Some of them are good.
Anytime Zelda was up on screen with her like flashbacks, I thought those were good.
It's been a while since I played it, but I remember one of them being good and not liking the rest of them. So, but November 20 was when that was coming out.
Yep. So wait and see. I'll probably end up picking it up. I still need to buy Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition on my Switch.
It's good.
Yeah, I know it's good. I played it. So it originally released on the Wii U.
Yeah.
And they released like a Hyrule Warriors Legends on the 3DS, the new 3DS. And it ran fine. Like the game ran
one of two exclusive games on new 3DS.
Which, if we're going to talk about that, I was pissed because I upgraded to the new 3DS. And we got two games. We got Hyrule Warriors and Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah.
Even some of their big games. I mean, some games got support for it. Like, I think when Pokemon Sun and Moon came out, like a big issue is that the base model 3DS ran like shit, but the new 3DS ran perfectly. I think there's a lot of complaints with that, but that was a huge disappointment for me that we didn't get more like new 3DS games. But I can vouch for the Hyrule Warriors port. It ran great. I didn't see any sacrifice in performance when I was playing it.
Oh, we got breaking news here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. This is big.
Oh, let's hear it. What is it?
All right, here we go. On starting today. Is this today? I don't know if this is today. What day is it?
Today's the 8th.
Right, starting tomorrow, DJ Max Respect V and all its DLC is half off on Steam.
Oh,
half.
That's one. You've been trying to get me to get that one for a while. Excuse me. So what does that mean then? It went from like $50 to $25?
Yeah.
That's got me excited. You've been talking that game up for fucking ever, dude. So
phenomenal game, dude. It is, in my opinion, the best rhythm game ever made, but I haven't played them all, so I'll refrain from making that claim, but definitely the best one I've ever played.
When did you hear it was going on sale?
I'm in their Discord.
You're on the DJ Max Discord?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, if it's a good game, man, I'll check it out. Like, if it's going on sale, it's DJ Max Respect V. Oh, it's already on sale. It's $25 right now.
Oh, there you go. I guess in Korea time, yeah, they put it in Korea time, so
that might be worth checking out.
Definitely worth checking out.
I gotta justify to my wife why I'm buying another game.
She'll love it.
Oh, she might actually. She loves these like rhythm games. There's this like arcade by our place that has a lot of Japanese rhythm games, and she loves them. So she might actually like this one. Let's see what she thinks. On some other announcements, we got Crash Bandicoot 4 announced a gameplay reveal for Tana, which looks pretty cool, dude. Like, it looks really similar to Crash, but she's a little bit more acrobatic. She's bouncing off of walls. She has a grappling hook and like a kick attack. I don't know too much on Crash Bandicoot lore. So who is Tana? Should I know who that is?
No, I think she's new.
Okay. It looks like a fun game. I'm not gonna lie. Watching Tana jump around and like grappling hook dudes and like jumping off walls, like it looks like fun.
Yeah, there's more to this game than I thought. Like, especially when they showed at Gamescom, they showed those like extreme levels that you have to like beat every level without dying to unlock the like super challenge modes.
Yeah.
And then like this character seems like she has all her own stuff. There's a lot more to this game than I thought there would be. So
yeah, I was expecting like the gameplay I saw in the Crash Insane trilogy, just in another game.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't totally wrong, but each level has like its own gimmick that's exclusive to that level. Kind of reminds me of like Rayman Legends. If you played Rayman Legends, how like every like world has its own like gimmick that you play through, and then at the end of the world, it stops it and you move on to the next world and it has its own gimmick. It kind of reminds me of that, and I really like that in games that vary up the gameplay. Like it looks like a fun game. Like watching the gameplay trailers for Crash 4 makes me want to go and play the Insane trilogy. And this is someone who I never grew up with Crash Bandicoot. I never played Crash Bandicoot, and watching this makes me want to play Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah. And watching this makes me want to check the Rule 34 and see if she's already got some damage on her already. Yeah, I can hear you searching right now.
Oh, definitely. That is uncouth. That is uncouth.
Man,
I'm not surprised. I don't know what I was expecting.
This like makes me think of what Rare would be doing if they kept making like Donkey Kong games, if they kept making the typical game that we thought they would make. I mean, some of them live on in Platonic, who's making like Ukulele and stuff, but like their games are real adherent to these are the kind of games we used to make, and we're making that again. This is this is like more of an evolved. Yeah, this is evolved in a much better way, I think.
I agree. Because that's why I didn't want to get 4 originally, because I was like, oh, it's just 1 through 3 again. But no, like they added a lot of stuff. It's clearly like a modern Crash Bandicoot game.
Yeah.
It has a lot of the same things you like about Crash Bandicoot with some more modern sensibilities, some new characters, some new gimmicks. I don't like using the word gimmick because it sounds like it sounds like there's not substance to it, but it does add a lot of depth to what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it looks cool as fuck, dude. Like I'm actually like into this game. I kind of want to check it out now. I'm price checking the Crash Bandicoot trilogy now, so I can play through those and then get excited for 4.
I might have some extra copies of that. Ooh. Maybe.
Take a look, man. It'll save me like $30. While you're checking that, we have another trailer, Postal Brain Damaged, which I was not expecting.
Yeah, I don't think anyone expected this.
This is not a normal Postal game. This is like Doom Eternal. Like it has this weird retro like art style that Postal never had. You know, Postal never had like sprites.
Yeah.
Like it's legit like an action shooter. It's not like this open world sandbox game that the older Postals were. This is a legit like Twitch shooter, which I'm okay with because it looks fun as shit.
So I never really got into the Postal games, even though I have them. I would play like a couple minutes and I'd be like, okay, I kind of got what I needed to get out of it. But this is more my speed.
Yeah, this is like a more traditional like arena shooter, and I'm into
I
that.
I love the resurgence of these games, man. These like
Me too. Me too.
the
I never.
Dusks, the Ion Fury, the Ultrakill.
Yeah, I'm into it. Even like AAA games are having that gameplay style, like Doom Eternal and Doom 2016 have that gameplay style too, and I love it.
I think something's on fire in this house, but I'm going to keep podcasting because I'm a professional.
Good for you.
But I smell smoke.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
Oh my God, dude. I got a funny story. This one time when I was in Phoenix, my roommates and I turned on our air conditioner for the first time in our apartment. And we accidentally turned on the heater because it was set to heater. And I guess because we had never turned on the heater before, there was a bunch of dust and shit that was in the vents, and it got burned.
Oh.
And the whole house started smelling like smoke, and we got freaked out.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm smelling.
Because we couldn't see a fire, you know?
Yeah.
We couldn't see a fire. We just smelled burning smoke, and we just smelled burning, and we're like, what the fuck is that? And the fire alarm starts going off. And I swear to God, it was like a Benny Hill skit because you were running around the apartment, like crossing through each other, trying to find where this burning smell was coming from. And then we were like, maybe it's like an apartment complex wide thing. Maybe all the alarms are going off. So we ran outside and no one else is going outside. And we're like, oh shit, that's our apartment. So we ran back inside to try to find it. After like 20 minutes of the alarm going off, we realized like, oh, it was just the heater. It had never been turned on. So all the dust and cobweb shit were getting burned up.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening, actually.
It's most likely. Your mileage may vary. Your mileage may vary. We were fine. Nothing got burned down, but I think we might have been the exception, not the standard.
No, yeah, it got. We were talking earlier in the pre-show that it got real cold last night here in Colorado, below zero. So I think the heat kicked in.
It went from 90 degrees to below zero like overnight.
Yeah. So the heat kicked in here, and I think that's why I smell hot stuff. But it's totally good. Possible.
I mean, let's wait till we see a fire before we start freaking out.
What are we talking about? Yeah.
Postal brain damage looks cool.
Yeah.
Like I've never been a huge fan of the Postal games. I can see the appeal. You just kind of run around and fuck stuff up. It's the ultimate like troll game. But like you were explaining, brain damage looks more my speed.
Dude, the date on that is late 21.
I guess I'll be playing Ultrakill until then.
That's such a far, like that game doesn't look like it would take until 2021. Well, especially late 21.
The same team's also working on because Running with Scissors is making that too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're also working on a Postal 4. So that's probably why. We got Postal 4, was it No Regrets?
Yeah.
You know, that's still in early access, so they're probably working on both of them together. That's why it's taking so long.
I didn't even know that was a thing, man.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's in alpha. It's in early access right now. I mean, it looks fine, but again, it's not my cup of tea. Brain damage is my cup of tea.
Yeah.
And this next announcement both impressed and upset me, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Blade Runner Enhanced Edition, their cinematic update.
Yeah, so I don't know anything about this, so the floor is yours.
So I don't know anything about it either, but here's my opinion on it. So Blade Runner was like a point-and-click adventure game that came out in 1997. It used full-motion video cutscenes. And this cinematic update completely cleans them up. Like it's insane. You're gonna see later in the trailer how much cleaner these cutscenes look. Like right about here, when it shows off like the nightclub, you'll see in a little bit after the fires and stuff. But it's night and day, dude. Like how much better, how much cleaner it looks. The fidelity in the FMVs, how those look.
Play
It's
Doggy
insane.
said, Clay says he had it when this first came out. When did this first come out?
1997.
97.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow.
what's
Yeah.
yeah. See, dude, it's insane. Like how much better it looks, and it impresses me because I'm like, holy shit! Because full motion videos are compressed videos, so you can't just like touch up every model like you can in an actual like rendered game. You know, these are all pre-rendered. So the work that went into doing this, either they did it all from scratch, or
Do you
they
think that's
had
something you can do?
AI.
Like, yeah, I was thinking you can probably have AI like fudge. You would still have to like, yeah, no, you got to do work on that. AI isn't perfect.
There's a video that someone developed an AI to clean up FMVs, and they tested it with like Final Fantasy VII with their backgrounds because their backgrounds are all pre-rendered, and it
Yeah,
looks pretty good. Like it's almost on par with
but
this.
it can
But
upres. Like upresing is different from like adding more frames where there weren't any. Like
yeah,
that's what like
because
modern TVs would do. Like if you ever use the smooth motion thing on your TV, that's what it does. It extrapolates between frames and adds a new frame in there. Um, but this,
like
what did they say the original frame rate was for these?
I don't
I think they showed
remember.
it in the beginning.
But what pisses me off with this
There were
is
15 frames.
how come Night Dive Studios can make something this impressive for a game that, let's be honest, I mean, Blade Runner is a fantastic movie, but who was asking for this for the game? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yet Nintendo can't fucking do that for their biggest games ever. Like, what the fuck, man?
Well, especially like Super Mario 64, which the work was already done for them.
Exactly.
Like all they had to do was go to the GitHub repository and just compile a Switch version. But
Or if you want to talk further, Final Fantasy VIII, that just got a remaster like what, last year? And even though the character models look fine, the backgrounds all look like shit. Because they're all those same pre-rendered FMV backgrounds. And this game cleans them up like crazy. Why can't these bigger companies? I will argue Square Enix and Nintendo are much bigger than Night Dive Studios. How come
yeah,
they can't do that? Like, what the fuck?
they
Like,
would
I'm mad.
need like they would have to like dedicate resources to a thing that they don't know is gonna get the return on. Like it's a waste of money for them to kind of do that. Whereas a small team like this, that's pretty much all they're doing is this.
No,
So
I hear ya, but it's still, it pisses me off that like we can't see that from these other big studios. But here's Night Dive, like, oh yeah, we can totally clean up these pre-rendered FMVs. Whatever. That's what upset me when I saw this. Is like, where the fuck are Nintendo and Square Enix doing this? And
yeah,
another one that pissed me off again was Night Dive Studios' 3D Realms' other project. But Night Dive is like working with them. Sin Reloaded is very similar. It bumps that game up from full screen to widescreen. It cleans up the textures, adds new lighting effects, new shadow effects. It's another one. Like when you see this remaster, it's like, holy shit. It is night and day for this too. And, you know, we have games like, you know, Super Mario 3D All Stars coming out that don't put this much work. Even that just came out today, Kingdom of Amalur Re-Reckoning, I'll argue didn't put in that much work either to remaster their game. But here we are. We have 3D Realms and Night Dive making these like 20 plus year old games look fantastic.
this looks good, man. I don't even know.
Right?
I've never played this, but
I've never played it either. But I want to now after seeing this.
Wait, I've heard of this. Isn't this that fucking weren't they comparing this to did this come out around the same time as Half-Life? Was this the game that was like they were touting as like there was the Half-Life killer? Wasn't it Sin Episodes? And it was like episodes. They were like, oh, it was the Half-Life killer, and fucking no, it wasn't.
Yes, that is exactly what it was.
Okay.
That's exactly what it was. According to the Wikipedia page, it sold like shit because it was directly competing with Half-Life.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Which is like, I've never played this game before, but I do now that this remaster is coming out. I'm like, it looks good, dude. It's crazy. Like, I wish more like remasters like got this treatment.
Yeah, especially, I know there's like a small audience for this stuff, but there's still people who are passionate about it, and it's enough to, and it brings in a new audience as well. Like me, I look at this and I'm like, yeah, I might check this out.
Yeah, me too. Like, it's crazy, dude. It's like a night and day difference. I know I keep saying that, but fuck, like, look at that.
Yeah. I know
Like,
we
no
also
one's
do this.
gonna-
This is also a audio podcast. So if you're just listening to this on Spotify, just know that we're looking at a game go from bad graphics to very good graphics.
Yeah, it's God, fuck, that's crazy, dude. That's all I can say. It's crazy. I don't have anything else to say about it. Clay Doggy says he's leaving. He's going to a meeting. Have fun, dude.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Up next, we have Doraemon Story of Seasons, which we talked about. I think on the last podcast, we talked about this was coming out soon.
Yeah.
Which it looks pretty cool. Doraemon's a manga from way back in the day. It's a really old Japanese manga. And the game itself looks like a cross of like Animal Crossing with like Harvest Moon. Probably leaning more on the Harvest Moon side of things than Animal Crossing now that I look at it. I mean, there's a market for this game, man. I'm not a big fan of these like farming simulator type games, but there's a market for them. And if for some reason you haven't played Stardew Valley yet, like this looks like a pretty good alternative.
I put Stardew Valley on my Retroid Pocket.
Did you really?
There's an Android version of that, and it totally works in that thing.
That's awesome. I need to check that out now.
Yeah. I'm also not into these types of games, but at the same time, it seems like there's a lot of these, and it's very rare when one of them hits big.
Yeah.
Like to the point of becoming prominent. Like Stardew Valley's reached prominence, and I don't know if you'd put like Minecraft and Terraria up there as well, but there's not many that hit that level. Like besides Stardew Valley, I think Animal Crossing is like the next one after that really hit big. Maybe like a Slime Rancher, but that's even that compared to those ones is still pretty small.
I don't know how this one's going to perform because it's based on, a manga that a lot of people know about.
I think if you only have a PS4, this looks very Animal Crossing like.
Yeah.
Especially the way when he gets a bug and he like holds it up and was like, I caught a stink bug.
Yeah.
Like that's the same shit Animal Crossing does.
That's what I mean. It's like Animal Crossing mixed with like Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley. It's not my cup of tea, but I mean, if this is your type of game, it looks like it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad at all.
Yeah, if you like farming simulator type games, it looks like it has enough like care and attention to do something different, to do something that can compete with those other indie games that have already established themselves in gaming. So, you can look forward to that game when it comes out. That trailer did a lot to impress me. I'm still not going to buy it because it's not my cup of tea, but I would encourage anyone who's into that game to maybe pick this one up. It looks like it'll do you good.
Yeah.
I know we were just talking about like retro shooters. Another game that's coming out in the same vein as like these retro shooters is a game called Graven. It's gritty. The game describes as a gritty action first-person puzzler. It reminds me kind of like Heretic or Hexen.
Okay.
Like those like FPSs that use magic and have a weird like dark setting. I don't know what to say about the gameplay trailer. Didn't show off too much except for like shooting. I didn't really see any puzzle solving in here.
Yeah.
But it looks like it might be fun. It might be worth looking into. It's coming out 2021, so we'll probably see more gameplay and stuff as it comes out. But I'll definitely be following this one with interest.
It's crazy how much of these there are now. Like, yeah, I'm cool with it too. But now I feel like I need to play them all. Like, I just need to do a marathon of all these now.
Oh, here we go. There's so 3D Realms on their channel. They have a 12-minute gameplay trailer showing this game off. There's a bit more gameplay in there. And it's straight up like, yeah, it looks about like old school shooters you can get, man. It reminds me a lot of Hexen 2 with the magic it has, or Project Warlock is another one that springs to mind. I know that one came out pretty recently, but it kind of reminds me of it. Or maybe like Dark Messiah. Reminds me a bit of Dark Messiah too.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll have to wait and see the game, and the game might be awesome. It looks pretty fun so far. I'll probably end up checking it out when that comes out.
Is there a date on this?
2021 is what the release date.
2021, crazy. This looks like it's done already.
It does. So remember, 3D Realms is also working on all those other remasters we were just talking about.
Man, these guys are doing work.
Yeah. I mean, the next 2 years are going to be big for 3D Realms. They got a bunch of shit coming out, which I'm cool with. Like, more power to you, man. Keep these types of games coming, man. I like these types of games.
Yeah.
I never finish them, but I always like dump a good chunk of time into them.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do just a day where I just play through a bunch of these.
Do it. Stream it.
For like a weekend or something.
This next one I'm really excited for. I really want to talk about this one because I think we should download it and stream it. It's Diabolical. First off, A+ pun game on that.
Yeah.
Second, this is a Quake style Twitch FPS arena shooter, a competitive free-to-play arena shooter with 30 maps, 10 game modes. Honestly, and this is coming from someone who liked Quake Champions. This is kind of what Quake Champions should have been, dude.
Is this free?
It's free to play.
Okay.
On the Epic Game Store.
Oh.
So that's a bit of a bummer, but
wah. Oh no, dude! This is shit, right? Man.
Right?
When they said Instajib rifle, I'm like, yo, can I low gravity that? Can I add some low gravity to that? Can I get mutators? This reminds me of Unreal Tournament, dude.
Right?
Oh shit! What is this game? Is this out right now?
It is out right now, dude, to play.
Downloading right now. I'm not gonna download it because I'm streaming right now, but like this is, yep. Wait. They have Unreal Tournament on the Epic Game Store that's been in limbo forever. But they've got this that just comes out. Who's making this?
That's a good question. I wasn't paying attention.
The GD Studio.
What have they worked on?
Don't know.
Their YouTube channel is just filled with Diabolical stuff. This might be their first game.
Okay, well.
The YouTube channel is showing off like League of Legends stuff, but I don't think that's what they've worked on. But they're just hosting like competitions and stuff. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play this.
right? I knew you'd be excited for it. Do you actually watch any of these trailers before you put them in the show notes, or do you just like,
No.
oh, that came out?
No, I just find out what's the most popular, but I try to watch some of them, like at the very least, but um this one I just grabbed because it was just more popular. It was just most popular, so
I kind of like that we watch them. I like to watch them before the show, so I know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
But I loved your reaction when you saw this game. This game
Dude,
looks
I saw the guy he put the thing up on the table and was like, "Are you gonna like this? The point and click rifle, insta jib." And I was like, are you yeah? Say no more. Say no more. But I need like mutators. Did they say anything about mutators in this?
Because it has 10 game modes, dude, and there was like one game that was like a race in the trailer, so I assume that there's like mutators and modifiers for game modes you can play.
My bread and butter in Unreal Tournament was always insta gib, low gravity, and it would just be that for 5 minutes, and whoever had the most score, and they would just rotate. And that was the most fun, dude. I played. You have no idea, dude. I played Unreal Tournament 3, which everyone hates, but I played that shit on PS3 when it came out. And played nothing but Instajib, low gravity online. And the cool thing about that game, it was just jump in, jump out. So you could just load up a server, and just people would just join in and jump out, and they'd get replaced with bots. And man, that was some of the most fun. I played so much of that I was top 11 in the world.
Are you serious?
Yeah, not because I was good, not because I was good. It was just because I was playing so much that my like numbers were just high.
That's awesome, dude. Well,
and plus it was.
That's why I scratched that itch. I know you were disappointed with Quake Champions when that came out. I liked it. I thought it was a fun game, but I never grew up on those like arena shooter style games, so maybe that's why I liked it as much as I did.
Yeah.
But this looks like what Quake Champions like should have been.
Yeah.
And I'm into it, dude. Like I saw the gameplay and I was like, "Fuck, we got a lot of really good shooters to talk about, dude."
Yeah.
A lot of good shooters. I'm excited for Diabolical.
The biggest thing they're doing right is, it's free. I think if like it's a damning thing to be exclusive on Epic, but if you're free to play, then that lessens the blow.
Oh yeah. I will jump through hoops for free shit.
Yeah.
Especially a game like this. Like this looks fun, dude. I am into this. I'm downloading it right now, so I'll probably play it. Tell you what I think.
I would download it as soon as we're done with this. So I don't fuck up the stream.
What else have we got? So that's it for the big gameplay trailers. For game releases, we have, I don't know how to pronounce that, dude. Avicii in Vector.
Yeah.
It's a single-player music video game. It was developed by Hello There Games and Wired Productions. I don't know anything about it.
This was out. This came out last year.
Okay.
It was dedicated to, I think Avicii passed away like 2 years ago. And I think they put this out.
Let's pretend I don't know who Avicii is.
He's an EDM music producer.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, you'd know his music if you heard it.
Oh, probably.
Maybe. I don't know. He had some huge hits. But yeah, I don't think it's a rhythm game. I think it's just you make music. I think. Yeah.
I mean, either way, it's coming to Switch today, so that's something to look forward to. Another game that came out today, we talked about a little bit earlier, was Kingdom of Amalur: Re-Reckoning. Now, have you ever played Kingdom of Amalur?
Played a couple minutes of it. I don't know. I had a problem with that game. I started at least 3 times and like I stopped Like as soon as you get out of the tutorial in the open world, I don't know why I've always stopped there.
The game's super linear in that first tutorial. It's not, I would admit it's not the best tutorial, but the big, how can I word it? Appeal of the game is that you're kind of unbound by normal RPG conventions. You don't choose a class in that game. It has a very free-flowing class system.
Okay.
To the point, yeah, kind of like Mass Effect Andromeda. Remember how the class system worked in Andromeda?
Nope.
Like it was, no, you don't. So you don't pick a class in the beginning. You don't pick like, oh, I want to be a warrior or a mage or like a rogue. You kind of play through the game and you invest points in whatever side you want to do. So if you like, there's might, I think it's like might, finesse, and magic is what they're called. So might would be things like long swords, axes, hammers. If you invest points in that, you get more points in might. If you invest points in magic, that's magic. If you invest points in things like daggers, bow and arrows, that's finesse. But the big gimmick of this is that it's free flowing. So you can put whatever points in whatever you want. And your class is based on what you want to do. So for example, let's say you invest a lot of points in might and magic. You can choose the battle mage class, which lets you restore MP from attacking people. So you can sit there and fire off magic and use your sword at the same time. It's really cool the way the game does it. I really like the progression, how it lets you play the game however you want. You're not bound to just play with that weapon, that play style. It lets you invest points in what you want and play the game however you want. It's a lot of fun. It plays a bit like God of War mixed with Fable.
Yeah.
It came out on Xbox 360 forever ago. I want to say like 2012. I might be wrong.
I think that's it. I mean, I have it on PC, but
yeah, me too.
I just haven't played it, and I think I get a 60% discount. There's a 60% discount if you own the original game.
Yes.
So I will be taking advantage of that.
I'm debating on it. From what I was reading, I read reviews on it already because I'm excited for this, and the reviews say that the game, graphically speaking, the game's not much better than how it came out. I think the only difference is that it supports 4K resolution now, but even then, it's kind of finicky. A lot of issues the game people didn't like are still there, but it's a solid game. It's a solid, if not flawed, game. The thing that pisses me off, though, is that Kingdom of Amalur: Re-Reckoning is not a definitive edition of the game. The game has all the original DLC that had come out for it, but it has a new expansion set to come out in a couple months. That is not free. You would have to pay for it.
Oh, is that with the there's like a the Fate Edition? Yeah, I was wondering, like, it doesn't tell you what the fuck comes with the Fate Edition. Oh, it's right here now. I wasn't there before. Yeah, okay. No, it comes with the main game, the soundtrack, and Fate Sworn. Extends the game 5+ hours. Expected 2021.
Yes. So I did I say a few months? Yeah, I was wrong. It's coming out next year. So that's another thing that kind of bums me out. It's like you're gonna fucking re-release this game. You're gonna re-release this like 8-year-old game. Have the balls to charge me, someone who owns the original. You're gonna charge me money to play it, this remaster, and you're gonna charge me for this new expansion on top of that. Like that's bullshit.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah,
it's sitting.
I can understand like that game never came out on PS4 and Xbox One, so I can understand like those consoles having to pay separately for it because there's no upgrade. But I'm literally playing on the same machine I bought the original on. So on top of, instead of a discount, how about you give me the fucking game and then charge me for the expansion? I'd be fine with that. They just gave me the enhanced edition and charged me for the expansion.
Got mixed reviews on Steam right now. 53% positive.
Yeah, a lot of people are upset that the enhancements almost don't warrant calling it a remaster. It's basically a re-release. It's a glorified re-release. When I saw some comparison videos, it doesn't look that much more impressive than what we got 8 years ago, and it's kind of a bummer. But with all that said, dude, Kingdom of Amalur is a fun game. And I've always said that all the issues that game had could be fixed with a sequel. I hate the way that THQ is going about this remaster. But I do hope that this remaster does well enough that we get a sequel, because this game could work really well with a sequel.
Yeah.
If a sequel came in to fix a lot of the issues this game had, we could have something really special. Something I would argue that could rival like Witcher or Skyrim.
Whoa now.
I'm serious.
Now. Some big talk.
I see the potential here. Just it needs a good studio behind it to pull it off, but we could have a really good RPG here.
What's up, Joker's mom?
But that's my 2 cents on Kingdom of Amalur.
Hey, Joker's mom, let him install Discord.
What?
Joker said his mom says hi. And I say, let him install Discord. It's time. He's a grown man. He can make his own decisions. All right.
We have RPG Maker. Which version is this? RPG Maker 5?
This is a weird one.
Oh god, what is MV?
That's just what they call it. That's not a number.
Not a Roman numeral? I was like, which fucking Roman numeral is M?
Yeah.
God. I mean, what else can I say about RPG Maker? It's been forever. It's been around forever. A lot of games have been made on it. A lot of indie games have been made on it. It's coming out on Switch and PS4, which, I mean, if you want to make an RPG on PS4 and Switch, go ahead.
The thing about the RPG Maker games is that you're supposed to pull in your own assets. Like, you can make your own sprites and make your own sprite sheets and then put them into the game. I don't know how you do that on console, especially PS4, which is like very locked down when it comes to like external assets. They do not like that shit.
Exactly. So that's why I'm concerned. Like, how is this gonna do what it's intended on console?
Yeah, and it's a very menu-heavy game.
Yeah,
I need to see some gameplay of this.
Dude, same. That's out already, so if you want to check it out, I'm sure there's gameplay videos to look up. But honestly, if you care enough about RPG Maker, you probably have a PC. Just get it on PC, man.
Yeah.
Then September 10th, we have Tell Me Why Chapter 3.
Yes.
You have been playing, and you're excited. You actually like Tell Me Why a lot.
I like it. I wouldn't say I like it a lot, but I like it. And tell you that she's crazy. Okay.
Right.
I can deal with crazy, man.
I'm not gonna argue with your mom.
But yeah, no, Tell Me Why it's good. It's good. It's a good experience.
Yeah, you're telling me.
I think it is. It's short enough. Here's my problem with these episodic games. Typically, is that back when you were dealing with like the Telltales and stuff like that, they were so spread out from when they released that by the time I finished one episode and I was ready for the next one, it had been so long that I'd forgotten what was happening in the story by the time the next episode came out.
Yeah, and a big part of that was because like they were literally using the funds from episode 1 to fund episode 2.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. So they were literally making it as they went along. Which I liked and hated. I liked that it let them develop these games that they want to make without having to like bankrupt themselves or cut corners. But, you know, it sucks having to wait fucking weeks to like months to get the next game.
Yeah. So Tell Me Why it only has 3 episodes and they've been coming out weekly. So I've been playing each episode each week. I still remember exactly what happened each week. And this last episode is coming out Thursday. We will be streaming that right here, twitch.tv/Gameoverse. And yeah, and that's the finale. So I've been enjoying it. So yeah, I'm excited to finish the fight.
Good for you, man. Yeah, I'll probably now. Not that they're all coming out in one go. I'll probably like check them out. I surprisingly haven't had anything spoiled for me yet. Which, as I say, people are like probably gonna DM me like all kinds of spoilers to fuck with me, but we'll see. It's on Game Pass, so I'll probably just play it all in one go and then have an opinion on it. But we'll see what happens. I'm playing so many games right now.
She said Rick is smart. She said
she's probably saying that because she hasn't met me, but
yeah,
I'm an idiot. I'm not smart at all.
Your words, not mine. What is a chancla?
A chancla. It's like a flip flop. Spanish flip flop.
Okay.
Coming up next. Also coming out September 10th, we have Vampire the Masquerade: Shadows of New York, which is like a expansion / sequel to Vampire the Masquerade: Coteries of New York, which we talked about a little bit. I want to say like last year we talked about it.
Really? It's been that long?
Yeah, I want to say like either last year or earlier this year we talked about it. The Vampire the Masquerade blank of New York games are like they're like how can I word it? Oh god, I don't know how to explain it. They're based on the Vampire the Masquerade tabletop games, but Coteries of New York specifically and Coteries of New York, that series, are like visual novel adventure games. It's kind of way to look at it. It has nothing to do with the new Vampire the Masquerade coming out.
Yeah.
They're their own standalone thing. Actually, that's a lie. I've been told that some characters in these visual novels might show up in the new one, but I haven't. That's just a rumor. I haven't heard anyone confirm it yet. If you like these like text dialogue heavy like adventure games, go ahead, pick them up. But I'm personally waiting for Bloodlines 2.
It's fascinating to me that people play visual novels on console. Is
yes,
that
that's so weird to me? I can understand the Switch. You can take it around with
sure.
you.
Yeah.
Take it with you as like a book, but to sit like on your couch, turn on your TV, turn on your console, and read a visual novel. That's weird to me. I don't know why it's weird to me.
Yeah. I would love to talk to someone who's fucking excited about this shit on console.
Yeah.
Like
I'm like, hey, why? Especially since it's coming out on everything. It's coming out on PC. And by PC, I mean like Linux, Linux, Mac OS, and Microsoft Windows, and Switch, and PS4, and Xbox One. Like this thing's coming out on everything.
yeah.
Surprisingly, not iOS though. You think this would have been made perfectly for iOS? Like I would play this on my iPad.
Yeah, like I feel like mobile is the visual novel place now. I mean, Switch is really the visual novel place, but it's weird seeing it on Xbox and PS4 to me. But yeah, it's happening. Yeah. So,
I mean, if you're into that kind of thing, go ahead. As weird and uncomfortable I think it is to play a visual novel on your couch, with your TV. I mean, if that's how you do, good for you, man. You do you. And I think that's it, dude. Unless there's anything else you want to talk about, anything we haven't discussed yet.
No, I think that's everything. Not, we did a show on Saturday, so yeah, not too much happened between then and now.
Yeah, we had a really long show on Saturday. Well, the show was pretty long too, like 2 hours.
Yeah, well, that's our like sweet spot. So
They had a lot. Like I said, there weren't too many topics, but every topic warranted a lot of discussion.
yeah,
I'm definitely checking out that Diabolical though. I'm downloading that shit right now.
yeah, I will install that as soon as this is done. Uh, Thursday, I'm gonna stream some stuff, man. I just don't know what to play anymore because I do not want to play Avengers, but I don't know. I
Check out
might like check what?
check out Ultrakill.
Oh yeah. Grab the demo for that. Definitely gonna be playing Diabolical. That's happening without question. And Thursday, definitely finishing Tell Me Why. There's been some other stuff I want to check out. I just don't know. I don't know what people want to see. So if you see some weird shit pop up on the stream, just know that I just want to check some stuff out, and no one's telling me what they want to see. Play Persona 5 Royale. I could do that, but I could also wait for it to hit PC. I don't want to buy any more PS4 games. I got
Royal you can get for like what, like $30 now? I don't think it's expensive.
sure, but then I have to finish it, and that's a long ass RPG.
Yeah, it
So,
is.
and I have Spider. I just got Spider. I should play Spider-Man. I got Spider-Man installed.
There you go. There you go. Spider-Man's fantastic. I love Spider-Man.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll probably be.
Or Persona 4 Golden is on PC right now. That's a good one.
Yeah, I've played that already. That I've played.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never finished it. No, I play out on Vita, not on stream. But
dude, so my first Vita game was Persona 4 Golden. I think I told the story before. But I was working at this store called Curaçao, which you've never heard of. That's fine because they're typically around like Southwest, like Texas and Arizona. And our discount at the time was cost plus 10%. So I got a Vita for like $100.
nice.
I didn't even want one, but it was like $100. Yeah, I'll pick one up for $100. So I got the Vita and I went to GameStop to get some pre-owned Vita games. At the time, we didn't sell pre-owned games at Curaçao. I didn't want to drop all this money on it because my discount didn't apply to new games. So I went to GameStop and I was like, hey, I just got this Vita. Like, what can you recommend me? And the dude was like, oh, here's Persona 4 Golden. Like, this is a great game. If you like RPGs, you'll like this one. I was like, well, I like RPGs, so let me pick that up.
Have you not played a Persona game before that?
No, this was my first Persona game.
Nice.
My first SNT game, and I fell in love with it, dude. I played that exclusively on my Vita. I bought that and Marvel vs. Capcom 3 for my Vita.
Gross.
And very quickly, I shelved Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And it basically, my Vita became a Persona 4 Golden machine. I played through that game like twice. No, like 2.5 times. I almost beat a third playthrough. I dumped like, I want to say like 300 plus hours into that game. It's probably one of, if not my favorite game ever. It's so good.
Yeah, not for me, but
I'm sad you didn't finish it. Like, I'm not even like mad. I feel bad for you. Like the same way, like you feel bad when you see a 3-legged puppy. That's what you are. You're a 3-legged puppy.
Well,
poor puppy who doesn't like Persona 4 Golden.
Well, you damn right. I got 3 legs.
I have been telling that joke for years. You're the first person to actually have a good response to it. Good for
you. No, I don't remember why I didn't finish it. I just, it's long, man. I just don't.
It's a long game, dude.
I think I played the hell out of it though. Like I played the hell out of it. I got very far. I don't know how close I was to the end, but if I'd assume I was pretty close to the end. But yeah, I just, other stuff comes along. And you're like, well, time to abandon this one and play this one. So, but
I hear you. It's an easy game to fall out of because it's so long. It's really easy to just like fall out of that game. But I like it. I think it's worth playing. And I mean, if you want to play a game, that's my recommendation: Persona 4 Golden.
Persona 4 Golden.
Diabolical. I mean, that's definitely something you should stream.
Well, yeah, that's happening. So that's going to happen.
I suck at these games. So I don't want people making fun of me, but I'll watch you and make fun of you if you're not.
Well, I'm not good. I just enjoy. I all I want out of that game, some instant jib, low gravity. I don't know if you know the glory, man, of that combo, but like that was my bread and butter, man. It's so dumb. Like the beauty of it is that you can't just fall to the ground. You gotta think about where you're jumping, because if you jump, you're just floating and you're just a shooting target, man. You're a sitting duck. It's good, man. It's good. But I gotta install it and see if I can do that. Because I can waste a lot of time in that. But yeah, twitch.tv/Gameoverse. Joker, I like your mom because we say fuck a lot and she's okay with that. So she's cool.
I don't know how to respond to that.
But hey, I should play. We got an outro, guys. Remember that thing that I fucked up last time? Let's see if we got it this time. Yeah, twitch.tv/Gameoverse. Thursday, definitely Thursday. Tell me why. Anything after that, not sure. But yeah, guys. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.